Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Hey, we're sorry that not sure what happened. If you're with us now, I'm sure that not too many people now. They gotta go to the new link to get on there so that we can get on there. But anyways, apologies for all that. You know how it is with us. Technical difficulties. Just loves hanging out with us.
It's the joys of doing live shows, man.
You know, so anyways, we're just gonna get right to it. Today is a Mother's Day special, like we were saying. You heard earlier, we talked about our mom real quick, and then she started having to fucking each other. But anyways, we're gonna get right to it, and we're gonna introduce all our mothers that we have here as special guests for us today.
Absolutely.
So let's bring them on. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
You know, so ladies, how y'all doing?
Doing great.
Well,
Doing very well.
Doing well.
I mean, if y'all wouldn't mind introducing yourselves.
Let's start over here.
All right, great. My pleasure. My name is Samantha Babers.
So, Sam.
What's up?
Whoa.
And for those of y'all who remember when AK was on the show, this is his lovely wife.
Right.
Oh yeah, y'all know about that AK, don't you guys? Yeah.
He twice, right?
Yes.
Get it in.
Peace.
Yes, but okay.
And next we have.
Hey guys, I'm Rachel Penn.
All day.
I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm an author. I'm a mother of 4 amazing sons that I birthed.
Absolutely.
And that I
God
have
bless
2 added on, so I have a total of 6.
God bless. God bless.
And then next would be Amy. She's coming around, so she's in the next spot.
That's the wife of the man.
You know,
That's Mrs. Lowe's.
Oh, hello. Good. How are you guys?
And a lot of y'all, of course, know this is Amy. She's our voiceover. This, like y'all say, Mrs. Lopes.
And our account. So,
The total opposite.
The
You did crazy.
accountants and mother of 4 and just busy.
and to her left, we got.
It's your girl. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hi, I am Danessa Bowling. I am a mother of 3, grandmother of 5.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my children took me in fruitful to a whole new level. But it's okay. I love all of them. I love my little starting lineup. Yes.
And then finally we have.
Leah Austin, and I have one son and a beautiful daughter-in-law and 2 gorgeous granddaughters.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hold on, guys. I forgot to add my 2 grandbabies. I do not want the show to be I'm going to be talked about later.
Because you know you're going to get that call.
Damn.
You're going to get that call.
I have 2 beautiful grandsons.
That's what's up.
And my daughter-in-law, she's pregnant now. And they have another one.
I want to start over. All I said was my name. She get a do over. I get a do over. Okay. I'm Samantha Babers. Okay. I have one child. She's 23. She's married. She lives over in Korea. I work at Memorial Hermann Hospital. I've been there for 18 lovely years. And I'm a side hustler too.
I would have to say, wait, did you say 23-year-old kid?
Yeah, I know what I'm
See,
saying.
okay, I was thinking the same thing.
Don't brag.
I was going to accuse AK of robbing the cradle, man.
But I'm a stepmother, but I do not like to say that. So
Right.
she's my child. I feel like she gave me hell just like a real mama.
What
You
do
know
you
how
call
your
them?
kids give you problems. I feel like I was a real mama. Doesn't matter if you're bonus parent. It don't tell you where. Hello?
We call them bonus parents, right?
Bonus
there.
parent.
There you go.
I
There
was.
you put a bonus in that child's life by being in there. That's important.
Most parents have to work just as hard, man. Can't
Oh
forget.
my God. You don't even want to know the beginning. I'll tell you that later. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, you can talk about it now.
It was rough out there.
So how was y'all's Mother's Day? Did y'all get a chance to enjoy it?
We did. So Mother's Day is also like the day after our anniversary. So we've been pictures on May 7th.
Y'all
we
did the
had-
party all weekend long.
Yeah, we actually did a Kentucky Derby on Saturday. So we was out there doing real big at Eureka Heights, and then we went to Perkinish something. Permian Chapman, something
Okay.
like that. But yeah, so Sunday we took the day to celebrate ourselves and celebrate Mother's Day. So we just ordered in. We were like the first part of the day. And then we ordered some food and we did Penny with a Twist on the patio. Easy, simple.
That's what's up. Good job, bro. Good job.
You did it right. You did it right.
Good job. Good job.
I was doing motherly stuff.
What you was doing?
I went to church. I had to serve at church. You know, I had to do some things at church. I left there and I went home and I actually made myself breakfast, but it was cool. I did a little shrimp and grits. I made myself brunch. And then my daughter and the kids wanted me to come by, so I had to go by there. And I got there and she just moved, and so I got into a little project in the bathroom, decorating and all of that stuff. And so we ended up running some errands, and then the kids wanted to cook. So I had like a wonderful gourmet meal of tacos.
But hold on, but they're good tacos, though.
Well, they were good. They were very good tacos.
Okay.
They were very good tacos, and we had sushi for appetizers. I think that was just because my grandson hood with me to get the sushi when we went to school.
Already.
What were those sushis you got? We should get some. So yeah. So, but it was wonderful, and I had my favorite black walnut ice cream for dessert, and then I went. So yes, it was great. It was good.
That's what's up. What about you, Miss Lear? How was your Mother's Day, love?
It was good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I saw the picture of you and your son, man. Y'all look happy. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good. Absolutely.
I don't get to see it very often, so that was very special. It was a surprise, and it was great.
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
I had talked to all of y'all, man. We really appreciate each and every one of you. We really do. Like, I really believe that mothers are so underrated. As we look to our fathers for like strength and all of that, but if we really want to know what the real strength is, people that suffer in silence, man.
Yes.
So today is y'all, and thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
We're glad to be here. My daughter-in-law on Facebook just said, yes, I'm listening. Sure, y'all heard me say, I
Thank
have two beautiful grandsons.
Yes.
And she's pregnant now.
you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Right.
Thank
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for the Moscato. Thank you for the Moscato. Yes. Okay.
What you ask is what we get.
That's so nice. You should pass that on.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Yes, please.
As a mother, what is the one thing that you all most appreciate in being a mother? What's the one thing like that? If somebody said, "Hey, man, you know, what is the? I don't know how to put it."
Well, I kind of think I know what you're getting at. Because, like, I know and I'm speaking for her, but only because we actually had this conversation. It was just something that,
Okay, it's in my face.
I mean, hey, everybody's different.
Right.
You know, but she truly loved the experience of being pregnant. You know,
Yeah. What was y'all?
so I get what you mean.
I don't, and when you have little kids, I don't, if you have little kids, but having older kids, when you actually see what you raised,
Okay.
and like, to be super proud, like my son is in the Air Force. And so to me, that's such a selfish,
So,
it's such a selfless act. You know, and not trying to be racist, but to fight for a country that barely like you. I'm just being honest.
I mean, that's right. That's right.
I'm just being honest. And so to see him, he's an amazing father. And so I love that. And then my second to the oldest, he's also the one who just had a baby. He'll be a year this month. And he's an amazing father, an amazing person. And so when you're able to look at what you carry and you birth and you raise, and I know most parents, we feel like we made mistakes. I don't care if you're bonusing out, you know, things people like, oh, you know. But then you see them and you're like, oh, I didn't do so bad. I didn't do so bad. So to me, like, I think that's as being older, and being not gonna say my age, but having older kids, it's just to see them grow up to be amazing little people.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about you, Sam?
I was going to piggyback on that because I came into my daughter's life when she was 11, and he did such an amazing. Him and plus some other people in his family helped his mom, his dad, the neighbors next door. It was like 3 women next door. So she's always been shocked, like, you know, constantly loved by other women. So when I came into her life, it wasn't very hard. So it was just an easy transition. Yes, she gave me a lot of issues further down the line, but now though, as she was growing up to see what she's come today, it's amazing. And I'm glad to say I feel like I had a little part to do with that. So she's a beautiful young lady. She's very outspoken, very determined, she believes in herself. She's a go-getter, and she also got that from her dad. So so that was amazing what she said. So I can relate to that. Once you see them grow up, you see them what they become, you look back and say, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. So, yeah.
What about you, Amy?
So my kids are still younger. I've got a good range of 7 to 16.
Okay.
So we're at that fun phase.
Right.
And I think what I appreciate most and what I tend to get a kick out of is just each one has their own little personality. And, the fact that in my family growing up, I wasn't much of a hugger. And yeah, I don't have a very close relationship with my mom. So the fact that my 16-year-old son will still come and want to give me a hug makes me feel like I've done something right. And knowing my kids just have great sense of humors, even if it's not always the best time for them. I just appreciate all of it. It's a lot of fun, and it can be a little crazy sometimes. It can be really hectic, but I wouldn't change it.
So, thank you so much. And Ms. Vanessa Centerfade.
So what I appreciate the most, I think for me, what I appreciate the most at this point, I will tell my age. I'm 53, and I had my oldest when I was 18. And so what I appreciate the most is that my girls, and they're 18, 29, and 24, they want to see me enjoy life. So they are my biggest cheerleaders. Like for all the cutting up I do, those three are normally behind it. Like they are the ones that like insist on like my wardrobe and stuff like that. Like they want to see me in the they cheer, but they are my hype. They are my hype people. Like they hype me up all of the time. They will buy me the things that they want me to have. So they're they're my biggest cheerleaders. I was a single mom. For the most part, even in the years when I was married, I was single.
I love it.
So, truth be told. And so they got to see that. And so because of that now, they just they insist on like, Mom, have fun. Live your life. It's your time. So, when it's time for me to go out of town, they cheer me on. They helping me get ready. They're doing whatever it is with, me working out a lot and everything. They're my hype crew all of the time. So when I'm cutting up, I can't even embarrass. Like, you go in the store, you try accent and stuff to embarrass them. They gonna do it with me. Like if I do something stupid, they gonna do it. They gonna do it too. So I just gave birth to my hype crew. Like she gave birth to her hype crew. Yeah, I did. And I listened to their goals. And so my middle daughter always talks about how she can't wait to take me to Italy.
Oh, yes.
Because, Ron knows that's my world traveler.
Absolutely.
And so she talks about wanting to do those type of things. The youngest one, that's my eclectic spirit. The youngest one is 24.
Okay.
She's my eclectic spirit. But, she's the one that's going to call out stuff. If she don't think something, she's like, no, girl, it's not for you. No, man. No, man. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Wear it. No, this looks good.
Right.
And the oldest one, sometimes she can act like, all of them act like they my mama sometimes. Like, you're not the boss of me. But my oldest one, she's my rational, she mothers. She very much mothers. So, even yesterday, when I was frustrated with the youngest one's dog, and I'm like, I'm sick of this dog. And she's like, Mom, are you okay? You come over here, we'll fix you dinner. So, yeah, they're great. And they're cute. They're so pretty.
Last but not least, Ms. Leah, what's happening?
My situation is different. My son was raised by my parents.
Love that. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, I ever asked for one step.
We can do that.
If you can do better than me, then I've done my job. Even if it's just one step above, that's all I can ask for.
anybody who's parenting with younger kids and they find it difficult as I've gotten older, not what I'm missing, me and my friends, into mindset. Okay, I'm going home to nourish my kids.
Yeah.
Because food is nourishment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can make it into a game. And that's my main. I love mindset, because once you change your mindset about anything, even if you hate something, if you switch the mindset on it, you no longer can hate it because your mindset has flipped. So instead of going, oh my God, I worked all day and I gotta go home and feed my kids, why don't you do 2 nights of fun food? Like, did you know you can make wieners into an octopus? You take the wiener and you
I've
cut
seen
it
that.
in half, and you can
I've
make
seen
it into
that.
an octopus.
Yeah.
And so you can have 2 nights. You can do 2 nights of fun food.
Mm-hmm.
So now your kids aren't annoying if that's how you feel about it, because now you're getting out from work, you're able to conversate with your kids, how was your day, what's going on, and then y'all fixing fun food.
Yeah.
It gives them something to look forward to, you know. And so I feel like it's all about a mindset.
Yeah.
If you switch the mind, if your mindset is, oh, I want to hang with my girlfriends, but what? No offense to anybody's girlfriends, but why don't you switch to girlfriends who have kids?
Yeah.
And then now you're hanging with your friends and you're doing friends, girlfriend, and kids things, and now they're a part of you because they are a part of you.
Yeah.
It's only hard to parent when you're not, when your mindset is still not, I'm a parent. No, my mindset, I am a parent. Not, oh, I'm a parent. It's a difference.
Yeah.
It's all about the mindset. That's all about the mindset.
Yeah. And I found that my friends and I, we raised our kids together. So, you know, it was just like second nature for us to,
Right.
nobody struggled. You know, like if I had, you had, if you didn't have, okay, then just come to my house and we're gonna make some things happen. And so they were their own social circle amongst us. But, you know, as you said, that word mindset, the one thing I would tell someone with young kids that I had to learn, I think my kids, because their age gap, they got 3 different moms.
Right.
Interesting.
They got 3 different moms. So, my oldest, I had a baby. I didn't know what I was doing. I got pregnant. I had a baby, and that was her. So she got to see all my dysfunction. The middle one, she got not as much dysfunction. She had me kind of doing some of the college years and coming through some things. The youngest one got the counselor mama. She got her. So they say that they had 3 different moms growing up. As I evolved, you know, things changed some. So what I would say to a parent of a young person is, number one, don't parent from the position of your fears or your damage.
Oh, that's good.
And I did a lot of that early. I did some of that. I did a lot of parenting from the position of my fears.
Absolutely.
A whole lot.
Absolutely.
And it took me a while, I would say, even after they were grown, to realize that that's what I had done. A lot of my parenting was from my fears. I didn't want my kids to go through what I went through. So my daughter told me a couple of last month, she said, you're the person I go to for logic, not for emotions.
Wow.
And that hurt at first. I was like, well, I can be emotional. You know, I can deal with emotion. But when I thought about it, she was really right. Like, all of their lives, I was always like trying to make stuff make sense. And I didn't want them to go through what I went through. And then my mom died. I was 35. My mom died at 54. And I literally, you know, I was living to die at one point. I was just trying to get stuff right before I died. Like, I need y'all to get this right because your granny died when she was 54.
Right.
And I'm this age. And I was giving them that speech. And then, you know, it took them one time to say, Mama, I wish you would stop saying that. Like, I really wish you would stop saying it. So I would say the mind shift is not parenting from the position of your fears or your damage.
That's good.
Yeah.
I want to piggyback on something. The woman that just got through speaking, I mean, it's my heart everybody. She did an event that all 4 of us attended. Up to her.
Yeah.
And at the time that when we went, we didn't know what to expect. Really did. Like, all right, cool. Just be honest. Like, all right,
I
cool.
was going to church.
Somebody, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you gotta do one of those. You gotta do one of those. You gotta put in our time. You know what I mean?
I thought it was gonna be a finger snapping crowd.
You know what I mean? That thing. Well, yep, you did stuff.
Yes,
But, okay.
I was being ironic when I did it.
No doubt. So when we went, we really didn't know what to expect. And from the time the show started, or the event started rather, to the time it ended, when I tell you that this woman in front of us, there was a shift. Like the person that we know, interact with, laugh with, all of that, somebody else came into the room. This is real.
You ain't lying.
You know what I mean? This is real. You know what I mean? This is real. And the wisdom that not only she presented to us, but the individual she had on her panel. I blacked out for about a good 2 minutes. I woke up, me crying, Lowe's crying. I'm like, what the hell is this? What did I miss?
I'm telling you, it was deep.
And the event. Okay. So the event, like it really made you come full center with yourself. It really did. And Vanessa, I gotta tell you, man, it is such an honor to have you as a friend. Even because I knew you gave my first carrot cake to Lucas for my birthday. Remember?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
We used to work together. But it is such an honor to have you as a friend and to know that side of you. Because I never experienced that. And I think there's something special within you. Just when you was talking just now. You know? So I'm set up to say she's gonna have an event, sisters and brothers. She's gonna have an event in June.
July.
July.
Let her tell
Yeah,
you.
you got it, you got it, you got it,
Tell
you
you
got
what you got.
You got it.
July 8th, we are coming back for part 3 of our whole person wellness. It's going to be part 3 of the whole person wellness and the Coochie Chocolate experience.
See, that's what I said. They wouldn't be about to leave.
You're getting better and better with it, Lowe's. You're getting better and better.
I've been working on it.
You've been working with him. You've been working with him. Yeah. So in December, I went ahead and went into this realm of doing whole person wellness coaching. And the way I decided to do it was to do workshops to kind of educate people on what it was first. So December, we did the overview. In March, we focused on spiritual wellness, which is where they came in, and that's the event that they're talking about. Out of that, what became very apparent to me after dealing with the spirit was that we needed to get into emotional wellness next. And so in July, we are going to have the happiest hour. That is our theme this in July. It's going to be called the happiest hour. And we're going to talk about emotional wellness.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and you know, my brain kind of fleshes it out. I have my visual for how it's going to go. Los's Friday night show is going to go live right there. It's going to go live there. Yeah, it's on a Friday. It's going to be on a Friday. Yeah.
Let them know where to get.
Going to post the tickets probably in the next 2 weeks or so. I'll post the tickets. Probably June 1st. I'll go ahead and I'll post the tickets. There will be limited seating. I said this last time. Y'all can testify to it.
Yes.
Yes.
Place was full capacity.
It's sold out.
It is
So
not
when I
a joke.
sell the last ticket, that is it. Because
And y'all don't get none of that food.
It is nothing short of an emotional ecstasy. I really mean that.
Oh wait, hold on. Is there gonna be food this
You wanna go,
time?
brother?
there's always food.
It's different. It's different.
It's
Okay,
me.
hold on. Total side note. This woman can cook her ass off. I am not lying. We went to her last event, but she cooked the food. All the food was pretty much from what you told me. Just about everything was you.
It was.
Okay.
It was
So
for the rice.
when I'm telling you, the food was on point. You had one dude who was over in the corner. I feel sorry for the brother. He was a little bit over the cat. He was He was good. His itis kicked all the way in. He was
Yeah.
straight. But
Yeah.
the food was amazing. So if you don't go for nothing else, even if you feel like, oh, the emotional stuff, that anything for me, go for the food. I guarantee you, she gonna get you.
Well,
Yeah, and it's not just sitting there with me standing in front of the room talking. We have fun. Like I said, this one is called. I'm calling this one the happiest hour. So I think you'll walk in and you'll be. You may share the tears too, but they're gonna be happy tears. They're gonna be happy tears. You know, I think I think one thing, when we talk about motherhood and the journey of motherhood, and even this past 2 years of dealing with COVID and everything, I think that we're on a different trajectory now as people, period. And so one way to be a better mother at any age, even for me as a grandmother now, I think dealing with your emotions, being emotionally well, allows you to guide others through. I think for me, what I didn't get right with my kids, I try to get right with these little people.
Right.
That think everything I say is gospel.
Right.
So I try to get it right with them. So I always go back to Thanksgiving. I had all of the little ones over with me to cook. And my little one, Jemiah, is a burst of energy, and she's 10 now. And I told Jemiah, she was just moving too fast. She was excited, and she threw something. She dropped the making some marinade. And I said, Jemiah, slow down. You're not thinking. And she said, what do you mean I'm not thinking? And I said, you have to slow down. You're really trying to help, and I see that. But you're moving so fast. You're not thinking about the next thing you're doing, and you're making unnecessary mistakes, and that's what's creating the frustration. And she said, okay, I'm sorry. So then she got in her mode again, and she threw something in the sink, and water went everywhere. And she goes, I'm so sorry, Nene. I just wasn't thinking.
And I love that.
But like in that moment, she didn't feel condemned or down or like she was being attacked. She knew, okay, I just need to correct this. And so, but that comes from being emotionally well. I get to now grandparent from a place that's teaching. Where I'm teaching along the way, even teaching how to handle emotions sometimes, and saying I understand the frustration, but this is how we avoid it. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Sam, to that point, Sam, we did a show on the resistances that stepmothers experience, or the challenges of stepmothers, or bonus moms, which we like to call them. What have been some of your challenges, and what have been some of your benefits of being in that position?
Let's see. What? No, it's not the right. My challenges is just trying to let her understand that I'm an advocate. I'm in your corner. She thinks I'm trying to take daddy away. You don't understand. You're about to be a big girl soon. You're going to be out the house. Understand that I love you and I have your best interest in heart. If she would look at my character throughout her life, I never did anything to mislead her or, anything. It's always been, hey, it's time for her to learn to go driver's ed. She don't need to go driver's ed. Well, she does. She might get a bike. Let that girl front.
Right.
She got glasses on, time for contact.
Right.
She need to see. Come on. I was always birth control to, hey, we can't have no baby because if I wanted a baby, I would have had a baby. Come on now. So, but she, it's that time that, every time it was time for her to go to that next level, I was there to help him along that way. But she did, she fought me, all the way. All the way. Regardless if I was an advocate, like, you wouldn't be wearing makeup if it wasn't for me. You wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for me. She didn't see that. All she saw was, Daddy, let me do it.
Right.
So I'm like, it was me. It was me.
Right.
And then it was time, like, she would come in, it would just kill me. She'll come in and we'll both be sitting like this on the couch. Hey, Daddy. I'm not sitting here. You don't see me here. A whole person here, girl. A whole person here.
Right.
And then I have to, like, at the end of the day, she's a child. Hello, how you doing? I just go ahead and speak and stuff. So that was very challenging for me. Her letting the window down a little bit, then raising that sucker right back up. As soon as I think I'm, like, getting in good with her, like, hey, we're good now. She throw that window right back up. You thought you had a friend, and she'll throw that window right back up. So it was a struggle all the way through high school, just trying to, just try to tell her anything. But as a mother, not just as a stepmom, that's what girls do. Your child's gonna go upside their head or just try to be rational with it or vice versa. But, both of them, and it was just crazy. But now that she's older, because even now we still have our challenges. I'll be honest. She didn't reach out to me yesterday for Mother's Day. I didn't talk to him. He probably knew already, but we both have an issue with Mother's Day, mother calling each other. I don't mind if she never calls me mom. I'm okay with that. I have an issue with my mom. I'm not close to my mom, you know, so I don't even want to call her mom, but I do, you know. His mom want me to call her mom. I have an issue with it, but I do it because she wants me to do it, and sometimes it's not always about you. You know, it's about the other person. So I know she wants, I'm because she loves me like a daughter, so why wouldn't I want to call her mom? You know, so I call her mom. She, at the end of the day, she's mama. She's nurturing, she's loving. She'll go for bat for me, so why not? But just because I have issue with my mom, I shouldn't just pride for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so and moving forward, my kid's 23 now. We're still not at the spot where she's calling me mother, and I'm very much comfortable with that. But to see her and we're able to talk on the phone, and she's giving me advice. You know, she's married now. She's like, girl, you need to let that slide, girl. Don't worry about it. So I'm looking at you not, and she's not that, you know, I'm not telling her what's going on with me, but she was like, I'm looking at that from a wife perspective.
okay.
You know, so seeing her in that light, seeing her grow up and see things differently now is good. So our relationship is better, it's stronger now, and it's gonna get even better as she get older because we already know she's 23. She still thinks she know. So as she get older, even if she don't, I'm cool with that. But eventually, as time progresses, I see her at one point calling me mama or something or something like that. But anyway, but yeah, it's cool though. Yeah. I like that.
Thank you so much for that.
It's weird.
We should have had her on the show.
You know,
What's on the show?
I mean, we had so specifically with that subject. You know, all that kind
All
of
the answers, yeah. I have a question. This is on my brain. For all the ladies here, what is it, since we have these guys here, we have their attention, what is it that, thank you, my glasses are there. I like that. I like that part. Can we get more of that? What is it that you wish that the men in your life knew, whether it's your child's father, your husband, like what do you wish they knew that they understood? Anything. Like I remember, I'll give you an example. For me, when especially my oldest daughter, I used to always tell her dad, from my own experience, you have to be present as daddy, as she's gonna grow up looking for daddy. And so I spread that on to other guys. Like I wish that, as a mom, I wish that more dads understood that if you're not dad, they grow up looking for daddy. Because I did. That's how I became a mom. I would, looking for daddy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
Just want to go ahead.
No, go ahead, baby. You can. Oh, no. Oh, okay. The one thing that I wish he understood better, I guess, is that you can't baby them. You gotta let them bump their knee, bump their head. Even though I don't have any biological kids, but raising a young lady, and you can't catch that every fall. You gotta let them bump their knee several times, but I just wish she would have saw that earlier on, because I think it would have saved a lot of drama and a lot of issue with all of us, the three of us, the two of us, however, it would have saved a lot of drama, because I want to say she got to grow, so I wish he or we would have saw that earlier. I say we, but we're one. Like, really just, give me a pen, really just say your pen. No? Why you doing the face? No, really, she y'all. Y'all see it? No,
I would say she's ultimately probably right. You know what I mean? But from the situation of coming from being a single dad for so long and coming into, which I appreciated her. I knew her value when she came. Even though my daughter didn't, I appreciate the value. I appreciate the woman advice, because I knew that at some point, even though she was 11 at the time, I knew all that stuff would come into play. She needed a role model. Like you say, I always try to keep positive women around. Like my roommate, my next door neighbor, my mom, it wasn't just no random chicks. You come to the house, you had to be working. So it did take a lot for me to get over the baby mode, but I think that kind of hit me in the face during high school years, and that's when her value really came into play. Like, she over here doing this.
She's still in school, boy. She ain't in school.
But I think what ultimately happened,
Okay, Sean. Remember them days.
I was scared.
in all of the parenting, I think what you said earlier was forced for me to realize, and probably all parents, that you can't live your life. It's not your life to live. You know what I mean? So once I probably let go of that, I broke into my spiritual, emotional revolution. All that shit hit me at one time. I become you. You know what I mean? I'll jerk about you every day. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to realize that and let that go. You know what I mean? That's an evolution of parenting that people don't talk about. You know what I mean? The sooner you can do that, probably the better relationship, the sooner you'll have with your kids.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, baby.
Man, I remember my grandmother, my mom's mom, she passed when I was 2 weeks old. And when you don't know a person, you know, you hear a lot about it as you're growing up. You tend to idolize them. You hold them in a certain light because you never knew.
Right.
So you have to go word of mouth about what other family members said. So I have this image of my grandmother in my head. So I asked my mom, I said, Mom, let me ask you a question. What's the one thing that you really, really wish you could do different? And she said, I wish I could spend more time. I wish I could spend more time. The reason I'm bringing that is because I know with the exception of a couple of us here, our mothers are no longer with us. The ones that do have our mothers still, have you found yourself as you got older, you want to spend more time with them and learn more about that individual? No, you said no. You said no.
So I'm gonna say yes. I decided to try to be more. You know, you say you have a bad relationship with your. I'm not gonna put words in her mouth.
Sure.
A strange, I guess, relationship with her mom. I feel like there's things that happen in my life, me and my siblings' life, and so we pretty much told my mom about it and laid it all on the table, and it really hurt. And so, and at first you can take that from an angry place, but because like she has an event, I have an event coming up, and it's called Own It, Take Your Life Back. And in order to really own your life and to take your life back, it starts with that mindset. And so I had to think about my mom. My mom was she was a virgin, and she got married at 18 years old, young, and got married and had these children. And then she was just like, oh, well, I'm really grown now. I'm like, I can just be grown, you know? Right. And so she made grown decisions, and they're not married anymore.
Right.
So now she's unmarried, green thumb, like raised up in a home like this, and then went to marriage, and then like out in the world. And so all the mistakes that she made, yeah, it was hers, yeah. But if you really think about the mistakes she made them from a 19 and 20-year-old perspective. And I'm so not perfect myself.
Absolutely.
Jesus came here to clean us all. So instead of me judging her for everything she did, let's just start over. We're not going to talk about the past. What can we do today? And that's why me and her have a good relationship. Because I don't dwell on the things that she didn't do. I dwell on the things that she do now. I only make her be ownership of the things that she do now because she knows better. And so, not giving anybody any justice, but like I said, it's all about mindset.
Right.
We can choose to be mad.
Right.
We can choose. It really is mad. Mad is a choice. I'm mad right now. It is, and it takes a whole lot of energy. Versus, you know what? I'm not really sure why you felt that way, but I'm just gonna move myself. And it's just a lot easier. So the answer is with my mom. Yes, I made conscious decisions to be with I have a stepmother. Do we have time for this on the show? And, I love her and I gave her hell. And you said something, I laughed when you said it because she took my daddy. Because I felt like, you're not damn daddy. Why do you need to be there? Like, why is she here? Like, we don't really need you. Like, what role do you need to be at this point? But you got to realize I was a child. Yeah, and so when my parents separated, when I came back to Texas, here's this lady in our home, like, this my girl. Like, I don't really care about her. Like, this my daddy. And so I gave her a holy hockey sticks for years. like years. Like I made her know, like I was the firstborn.
Right.
It's all about me, boo. But it's not right, and I'm glad that I can't tell you how she feel about it, but I'm glad that she doesn't hold that grudge against a child.
Sure.
Because I was a child,
Sure.
and as a child, I act as a child. Now, as an adult, if you still acting like a child, that's your choice. But my mindset is like I'm gonna disconnect because I'm not gonna allow you that to enter into me. Like she said, emotions and spiritual is so important.
I noticed that Sam and Amy both nodded their heads no when I asked that question. So I guess let me ask this question: how has that changed you as a parent in your parenting style towards your
I'm gonna backtrack this shit. I'm gonna answer your question.
Sure.
But I'm gonna backtrack. Even though I don't have a good relationship with my mom, but I have forgave her for the things that she's done to me. Because right now she's been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and leukemia that I've been taking care of. When she comes out from her appointment, she said to me, and I'm like, why are you here in my head? But I do not display that. I do not share that with her. She would never know that, maybe now. But at the end of the day, Mom, you know I love you at the end of the day. You are with me. But I have the right to feel the way I feel.
Right.
But she understands that.
Right.
You know, I'm still battling with some emotions. You know what I'm saying? That I'm trying to let go. I'm trying to let them feel that at the end of the day, when you come to Houston, you stay with me. The old doors are open. You need treatment, I'm paying for it. We're paying for it. You know what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, how did
that change your parenting style?
Actually, I'm a tough love. My mother kind of showed me when I did live with her the amount of time that I did live with her was very a short time. With her, I might get a little emotional, but I've only lived with her from a year. I only lived with her, I want to say 3 years. I lived with her my whole life. And in those 3 years, she was really tough living there. She sold drugs. She did drugs. It was just trying to survive. It was crazy living there. And then, so when he was raising his daughter, I was used to tough love. Like when my mom, I don't know, back in the day, she gave me a crackhead gave her a watch one day. Okay, this is a short story, long story short. A crackhead gave her a watch one day. She gave the watch to me. I was livid about this watch. Everybody was asking me the time. It's 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. My mama said, you tell one more goddamn time, you don't get none for Christmas, right? So the next day, I'm minding my business. My sister legitimately asked me what time it was, and I happened to tell her. My mom said, you ain't getting shit for Christmas. Why? Because I told you not to tell another time again. And she meant that shit. She got me nothing for Christmas, and she's so dope. So she even gave all her kids $500 to go do what they want to do, and I got nothing. I remember going to school, you know, how you got clothes, there was money and catered to her. I was more of a tough love type of person, so I was like, no, she don't need that. She gotta be tough love. So that kind of interfered a lot because I didn't know how to.
You had to soften up.
Soften up. But I had an uncle who took me in when I was 13 when my mom brought me to Houston. That's another story, but she brought me to Houston. Best thing that ever happened to me, my uncle took me in. And he treated like so when Mother's Day come, or birthdays come, or Christmas come, or whatever they come, I don't really particularly looking for a gift. You're supposed to do for me 365 days a year. If you love me, you love me. This is your child, you want to do for that child 365 days a year. So when Christmas comes and they like, no, baby, I did for you last month. You remember all that stuff I bought for you? You remember? So my uncle took me in, did stuff for me all the time. So when my birthday came, Christmas came, I wasn't expecting a gift. So when I moved into the house, when I joined families with him, I did for them 365 days a year. So even though I showed tough love during holidays, it's Christmas. Now she don't have to pay me no gifts. We did for her last month. You remember them James we bought her? Because we did for her 365 days a year. So she technically doesn't need this during Christmas time. You get so I feel like it was a balance, but it wasn't so much a balance. Anywho, but living with my mom, it was more of a tough love type of situation.
Thank you for that, man. What about you? Thank you.
Cheers.
What about you, Dave?
So, my mom and I just never were that close. Just very different personalities, very different people. My mom was not somebody I could rely on, is what it comes down to. And so when it comes to raising my kids, I always make sure that no matter what, I'm there. You know, it doesn't matter what they talk to me about. I'm not going to say, but if they say, Mom, I need you now, I'll put aside whatever it is I'm working on. Because it's easy to get caught up in our own little day-to-day routines, the things we need to get done, things, you know, our minds, I don't know about you ladies, non-stop to-do list. All day, every day. I'm dreaming about my to-do list. So, for my kids, that's like the one thing they know they can say. It's like, no, Mom, I really need you now. It's like, okay, I'm putting everything down, and I'm going to, what do you need? And so, and I think that was important, because I didn't have that with my mom. You know, with my mom, things were very different. And so, to me, that was important. I think sometimes I overcompensate. I might be a little bit too toddly on them. I'm going to admit I'm not the tough love mom. But I think at the end of the day, I have a better relationship with my kids than my mom had with hers.
I think we might have, all of us who have children,
I'm good.
all of us that have children would probably agree that's definitely a goal. If you can have a better relationship with your children than you have with your parents, and I say that, and I had an amazing relationship with my mom. But hopefully my children, when they look back and they'll say that, well, that was our relationship with our dad was even better. So if I can accomplish that, then I feel like I've actually done what I set out to do as a parent. You know, because that means I prepared you hopefully for being a lot more ready for the world than I was. Right? So yeah.
For the big parents, you know what I mean? Like her, I was a single dad, blah, 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 blah. Everything gotta have time schedule, military and everything else, you know what I mean? So I love what you said. I wish I had to do more.
Yeah.
You know, when we went to the Nest's event, you know what really shocked me? I didn't realize that was that much trauma. I had no idea.
We all care.
You know what I mean? I had no idea there was that much pain in the room. I'm listening to everyone talk. I hear a lot of sacrifice. And I think mothers really aren't appreciated. That's what I'm saying.
This is not a competition.
I'm
It's
saying.
not a competition.
I'm saying, hey man, I think mothers are so
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think mothers are so underrated, man.
Yeah.
I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank each and every one of you. We have to close the show out now. But are there any last words that any of the mothers want to give before we sign on tonight?
We've been quiet, so I'm going to honor your presence and ask you if there's anything you want to
Smoke.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, give them a rose, Lowe's.
Okay.
These are thanks to Brother Blackhead.
Yes, thank you.
And everyone around later. Trying to show you that we love our guests.
Talk that we trying. We trying.
Thank you so much.
Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you.
Yes, yes, indeed. Any last words, sisters? Anybody?
I would say if you have anything that you are trying to get going, here's your chance to tell what you got to promote.
Okay. I have my podcast. I have a podcast every Tuesday. Make sure y'all tune in. It's called The Unmasking of the Blueprint. If you are any type of entrepreneur, another podcast, an author, I would love to have you on the show. I'm also, okay, look, I already have site for the podcast. It's introducing the people behind the brand. That's a passion, what I love to do. I also have a event May the 15th. It's called Take Your Life Back Campfire event. And we are just going to have a wonderful 2-hour event where we're going to listen to music and we're going to do activities. And we're going to burn some of the mindset that we don't want to take with us when we leave that event. And then we're going to leave with a workbook to work on it. Because I'm telling you, everything, once you decide in your mind that, I'm going to say something really quick. Why do y'all think homeless people can be on the street and be living their best life?
Absolutely.
Because they're living in their mind. In their mindset, they're living a fabulous life. So why are you in traffic screaming and yelling like you're crazy when you know you're going to be in the same traffic tomorrow? Change your mindset. Change what you're listening to when you get in the car.
Yeah.
Instead of, me, mother, flip, then that's your mindset. You're in traffic, get the because you're listening to it. put on something different.
Absolutely.
Change your mindset when you're in traffic, and then the traffic don't even, you get to work faster than what you even thought because your mindset is switched. I just think it's that simple. Just switch your mindset and your lifestyle is different.
Now, where can they find you? On YouTube?
My name is Rachel Pence. It's my name. RAYCHELL Pence. PNNS.com. I'm a social influencer. I have books online. I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm a heck, everything. Like I'm get with your girl, and I promise you, I'm gonna hit you with that mindset first, and everything else will follow.
And you was invited, Mr. Pence, just so you know, okay? You
I did not know you
It's not
was
our fault.
invited. That did not have to call me out.
Bunch of tattletales, aren't they?
Right.
I'm just saying,
You
I wasn't
gotta
mad.
gotta stand up for the brothers, you know what I'm
I wasn't mad at that.
Right.
Just saying what you got.
All right. Oh, I'm Samantha Babers, and I have a company called Next Level Notary. It's mobile. So if you ever need something notarized, just call me. I can come to you within. I can come to you and set an appointment. So here's my card if you want me on your show. Thank you very much. And I sure will. And also that I have a partner named AK Babers. We buy houses, so we want your house. So if you want a house, sell us your house, please
They
do.
know who we
So we
is.
flipping houses here, so let us know.
All right,
if you want to.
I'm just saying.
I love it. I love it.
Miss Lane, what you got?
We always need to know.
I got nothing.
She got no, she no. That's enough.
I got a husband, but he do all the hard stuff.
The daily smoke.
Yeah.
We got a podcast called Daily Smoke.
Like,
A little podcast.
they don't have time for that. They're in my house. My youngest one keeps poking her head in.
Mr. Dustin.
You want to know if you're almost
She's a mama girl.
Final thoughts.
Yes.
I'm going to say, just from the conversation that has come up today, and I just introduced myself and told I was a mom. I'm actually a licensed master social worker and a licensed chemical dependency counselor. So I work for the government in my 40 hours a week that I commit to my time. But I also have, I'm a whole person wellness coach. And like I said, I'm a substance abuse counselor. I want to say this. Unpack that shit. All that shit. Like, for real, unpack that shit. Now, everybody's unpacking. May not need to happen in a therapist's office. Some of it may be coaching. Some of it may be talking to your spiritual advisor. But I will say this, just in this conversation tonight, there are things that came up for folks that maybe they could not address right now. That maybe you're not even well until you get home, song come on radio or something like that. At some point, you have to unpack that shit to get to your healing. So that whatever time you have left as a mom, grandmother, whatever it is, that you can deal with it appropriately. But we have to, and the unpacking is constant. It's constant. It's a constant unpacking. I was on my way here listening to a message from somebody, and I was like sharing and sending to everybody. I was like, because they need this, they need that, they need that. And all of a sudden, I got on 2A, and he was all in my street. And I was like, wait.
I dig out my tree. Get it further down.
So I got here, and I had to sit outside in the car and, like, finish and chill.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to sit with that. I had to sit with that, because all of a sudden, he was on my street. You know, talking about the fact that, you know, you can't deal with a resentment that hasn't presented itself to you yet. You say you heal from stuff that ain't even right there in your face right now. And I was like, oh, well, I wasn't even bothering you.
Why you got to come after me?
I wasn't even bothering you. Yeah, right.
Let me just say really quick, because I know you got to close. When you change and do a 180, that's what we're talking about on the way here. You're always unpacking and you're always doing. Some things hit you, but you don't even realize it, even though you've already put it to rest. My mom and I have a beautiful relationship now. My sisters, my mom and I do a girls' trip every year. My son and I are really close. I get to be a part of my grandchildren's life. I'm so super proud of them. But no, to talk to you guys about it, there's still a lot of emotion. I know. And I'm proud. And God's still working on it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christian.
With this, we're going to end on that note. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to us. We really do appreciate you. We are Daily Smoke, and this is
Brother Los,
Brother Jam.
Brother Black Hand,
and we have our audience with us.
Mom.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
Brother
you.
Rudd, and we are out. Thank you all so much for tuning in this evening. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for coming into our show.
Okay.